Today's episode is sponsored by
Subcraft,
the ultimate 808 and sub bass instrument with built-in MIDI phrases, creative FX, and a powerful kick drum engine. Subcraft delivers tones that have been meticulously tuned, processed, and mixed by professional audio engineers. And you'll notice the difference no matter what speakers or headphones you're using. And right now, during the intro period, you can get Subcraft for just $49. The link is in the description below. So check that out, and without further ado, on to your episode.
Test.
I'm not gonna lie.
What you not gonna lie about? Yo, I feel
You know
like
what is so crazy? That's our merch.
That's
I'm not
our
gonna
merch
lie.
piece. I'm not gonna
We did
lie.
say that. We've been saying that. What was the joint that we talked about? Just regular conversational epithets that we all say.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting a shirt printed on you for and stuff like that. Both me and
Yeah, I'm
LJ.
not gonna lie. Look at that. I say that so much, and it annoys. Now that they pointed it out to me and stuff like that, it really bothers me. I will say this to all of our fans in the comment section.
and stuff like that.
And stuff like that.
Can you
Facts.
please in the I'm so scared to say it in the comment section, let us know your favorite like one-liners from us, and I might turn that into merchandise like at some point. Because
You know what my
yeah.
favorite for
Oh,
mine
shout out to
is?
us for audio nerded. I didn't even know this. Diamonds.
I'm not gonna lie. You know what my favorite from me is? You already know. For all those that don't know,
What?
I be helping Zaire just with the narrative portions of our social media clips. Every time I'm
That
just
was mad
watching,
confusing.
every time I'm watching, like, cause I don't, you know me, I don't take
The
full
narrative portion.
The
of
narrative. No, can we make that clear? Say it in layman's terms.
Hey,
Oh, my
you be
fault.
helping
The storyline.
with the clips.
The script.
And I say that
The script.
because if I get one more DM from one of y'all saying, "Wow, y'all cut the clip off right when Courtney about to talk," I'm gonna block you.
Yo, stop. Yo, Courtney says,
I'm like,
yo,
yo,
right
Courtney.
now, like for instance, this the episode starting with Courtney episode. It's a Courtney episode.
viral movie.
Outta here, movie.
Whatchamacallit, but
It's really Courtney podcast.
It's Courtney's
Snow
podcast.
is not.
Yes, it is.
Anyways, but
I love
I
the
will
narrative.
say,
not
one
a
joint that I
narrative,
always, when I'm doing the clips for us, when I always watch it back and stuff, I love it when y'all call me out and just be like, "So I gotta bring something to you," or Courtney. I just head up, just look over. What I go on? I'll be like, I'm not gonna lie, single-handedly, this is the one line that kills me every time, and
What?
it never fails. Anytime y'all ask me something, I'll be like, "What's I go on?"
You be like, what's
Courtney,
going on?
I need to take you to court, Courtney.
Oh, let's
Why
go.
is he going to
Yeah,
court?
I'm supposed to go to audio court for a minute. Let's go.
Bow.
So
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
this past week was AES.
Oh,
Granted.
my
boy.
freaking God.
AES,
They're about to get me for some
I'm not
good
gonna
one.
lie. I'm gonna tell the truth. Terrible.
Really?
The
It was
event-
bad?
Yeah. What? It was small. It wasn't. Nah.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard a bunch of stuff about
You
it.
didn't go?
No, I didn't go. Not one day.
Wow, I did.
Cause there was.
I went on the
didn't-
best day too. I met Jimmy Jam. And
That was
Jimmy
dope.
Douglas.
That was dope. I'm gonna be honest, and I went. All right, it's time to be honest. I looked at the AES event as a whole. I looked at everything leading up to it and everything, and I was like, "There's no promotion really." Like
No, there was.
I said I didn't say there wasn't
Really?
any.
Really?
But I'm talking about at a level where I felt like, wow, I'm really excited about AES, and this is going to be amazing. And I just didn't see anything. I didn't see anything.
There was promotion. I did see a lot of promotion.
Where did you see
on
promotion?
Instagram, on socials. But I didn't
might
see a
not be
lot of
following.
excitement. Why? Because it's almost inaccessible for the entire new generation of audio, anything. Unless you're in college for school, a lot of people don't have it to spend $200 and then also come to New York, which hotel prices were insane
this
last
week. I don't know
It was
what the heck was
crazy.
going on.
So you got to stay here for 3 days.
Yeah.
You got to travel here and then pay another $200 just to see a bunch of announcements that you could just chill on your phone from your job and see. Like, I wasn't at AES to see the UAD announcement. I was getting my braids done.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I understand.
So I say all that to say it's just not something that we're into. And I'm seeing that energy kind of move its way into other fields as well. You know, Sony doesn't participate in whatever the gaming version of NAMM is, that convention. I forget the name of it, but somebody will know. Fender doesn't participate in NAMM at all.
Anymore.
Fender owns PreSonus.
Yeah.
Fender's the biggest guitar manufacturer in America. I think in the world, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't matter, especially post pandemic. Like, keep in mind, Apple didn't start doing events again till last year.
That's Apple, though.
The year ago, because but that Apple was like every year they had everyone in for WWDC, all of that.
I understand.
And then the pandemic hit, and they've been doing that video format ever since.
Yeah.
Like they don't come out and say, "Here's the new iPhone." That dude, what's his name? Tim Cook says, "Hey guys, what's popping?" from the video.
What's popping is tears from Tim Cook.
Here's the new iPhone 17. By the way, this is the new iPhone 17.
You for real? 16.
No, 17.
That's a new one?
Yeah.
Shout out.
Just came out.
I know, but it's gonna be the same shit.
Was that a joke?
Of course it was. Welcome to the My Audio Nerds podcast. Before I take you to court, welcome to the My Audio Nerds podcast, the podcast for audio nerds like yourself. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. But please comment your name, which you're at for Instagram, not for Snapchat, not for Twitter, not for Facebook, not for WhatsApp.
Putting your Snapchat in the comments is crazy.
Honestly, you two get rid of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for your chance to win either the HMD Rosetta compressor or EQ, my name is LJ. I'm a FL Studio user, as you can tell by the ice on my neck. What about you? To my left.
Ice on my neck. I'm Devvon Terrell. I am a Pro Tools user. Also, you can become a paid member of the channel where you get a bunch of goodies, merchandise. You even get these Zoom calls with myself or some other engineer that we have as guest speakers from time to time every single Tuesday, where Diamond members get to come on the Zoom call and actually ask us questions, feedback on their mixes, send us files, and the whole nine. Just making that clear.
And also, too, you already know, I am a member of 12, the big one, not the Federales, the big one, not the little one. And, if you, become a paywall member,
it catches me.
You're going to get some merch. You're going to get some drip, something like this, something like that.
Who is the little 12?
The little 12? The little 12 would be Studio One.
They're on 7.
Yo. Bro.
No, we're not talking about. Let me take him to court first.
I'm about to say we do have to go back to court. We got to go back to court.
From that Studio One event.
So I want to say
court.
this, and I mean this very humbly. Courtney, what the hell is wrong with you, bro?
In the sense of, there's
so
a lot.
People love to say, "Yo, Courtney, yada yada." Courtney has his hive, and they get mad at any misstep we make with Courtney.
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
That is very
Courtney
true.
could try to budge in right now. If I continue talking, they're gonna say, "Shut the hell up, Courtney's speaking."
That's right.
Courtney
I appreciate
also,
y'all.
it seems like, is the Beyonce of the group.
For sure.
I say that because Michelle and Kelly be outside.
Yeah.
Beyonce don't be nowhere.
She be locked in.
Beehive, I'm kidding.
Wow, I was like, whoa,
kidding.
I'm not with you here. I was like, whoa.
He's on abandoned ship.
Honestly, bro,
abandoned ship.
I don't want. I'm not talking about Beyonce. I'm very like.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't talk
very-
about Bruno Mars either.
Yeah.
Remember what they did. Back to Courtney. Courtney, AES came. Everybody was in town. We were outside. I was outside for the entire week. You know what I mean? The hotel prices hurt, but I was still outside.
Yeah, hotels is crazy. AES.
You were nowhere.
That's
to
facts.
be found.
There was that
we met so many people. Who did we meet?
Well, we met a lot of people.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
You met Jimmy Douglas and you met
Don't you
Terry
Jim.
or
Jimmy.
You met Jimmy. You met
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
You met Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam.
No, I didn't meet Terry Lewis.
He didn't meet Terry. He met Jimmy Jam. And he met Jimmy Douglas.
Jimmy
Shout out Jimmy
Douglas.
Douglas. Jimmy Douglas does watch the pod. Like I see him sometime in our comment section. Sometime when he just on the live.
Who's the YouTuber?
Shout out to him. Which YouTuber?
No, I got you. I cannot.
Oh, yeah.
I know, because you FaceTimed me. They FaceTimed me while they were speaking with the GOAT,
Who?
George T.
Bro, I met we met
George T.
George
Music.
Mother effing T. And we asked George T. George, who are you, man? He was like, I'm in school. I do this for fun.
He's in school.
He's in school.
He's in school.
George T. is mad
I mean, you would
young.
know that if you came outside.
That's true.
That's so true.
I ain't gonna lie, you offended me, bro.
I'm so
And
sorry.
mad people kept asking me for you. I'm like, bro.
I was
I'm
like,
so
I don't know.
sorry.
I don't know where Courtney at, bro. Stop
Courtney
asking
be
me for
all-
Courtney.
Don't you dare
around
do
the
that
world.
because you called me and you knew where I was at. But we're not gonna
So
get
what
into
I'm
that.
supposed to do? You grown man. What I'm supposed to do?
You told me you was gonna call me back.
But
later.
he wanted us to beg.
Yeah.
Yo, please,
I didn't
bro,
want.
please.
I didn't want to. You know what? Fine.
We need
for
the group
reference,
leader to come outside.
Since I'm this is the first time Courtney's being jumped. I didn't want y'all to beg. I just wanted to know that my brothers wanted me there, bro.
Bro, are you? Yo,
Yeah, I gotta be. I gotta be wanted by the girls.
I hate when I have to edit, bro. That mess. Yo, Ken Lewis.
I gotta be one of the girls.
You could. Ken Lewis invited all of us, not just leaving.
That is
and
true.
Devvon.
No. That day I couldn't make it because we were.
Okay, what about the
scheduled for
other
that.
4 days?
You said you.
Shout
was
out
gonna
J
call me back.
Rose, always with a
You
quad
said-
party.
Yeah.
That.
Oh,
yo,
Shout out J Rose.
my
He had me
gosh.
DJ a quad party.
Shout
and
out
I was
J.
DJ
Gosh,
with Young
Jay, I'm so
Guru.
sorry.
You DJ with Young Guru, Illuminati.
Wow. No, clap it up. That's actually
for sure.
fine. I'm not. Yo,
I walked
dismiss.
in. I walked into that.
Dismiss these
tell
Illuminati
you-
claims.
Bro,
He's
I walked
talented.
in. I walked in. I'm like, where's Levens? I look, they say he's with Guru. I see Guru and Levens like, ooh, and I was like, are y'all serious? I was like,
On
this
the
is
ones
Illuminati.
and twos. Nah, that's
Can I
talent.
tell you? Can I tell you a Illuminati story?
What's up?
I think the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. Not gonna lie. My favorite studio in Brooklyn, Electric Garden. They had a party.
Oh, we went.
And we went, and then in the middle of the party, I'm like, yo, this is Pharrell after party. I kind of gotta go. Got into the Uber. I told Devvon in the garage. I said, love y'all.
Yeah.
And I dipped out, and that was the coolest shit I ever did.
Illuminati. Let me say something about that Electric Garden spot. Oh my
Beautiful.
gosh.
Sounds amazing.
That studio is
Don't make it
absolutely
hot.
beautiful.
Don't make it hot.
I'm,
No, don't make it like don't promote it too much. I need it to be a secret. No.
So I can't talk about Electric Garden, how their tape machines are fully functional, everything operates. Nothing
I just
in that
don't want
studio.
it to be booked.
I understand. Nothing in that studio is not on purpose. Like everything. I love that the walls. They you know what they were using in Electric Garden? They were using tree bark as diffusers.
Yeah.
Genuine tree bark, Courtney, that they were using as diffusion for the wall for the walls.
From what tree?
And every time I've
Yeah. It
and
matters.
Every time I've been
He
there,
said-
and every time I've been there, I've always had the same kick-ass female engineer.
What's her name? You know her name?
I don't want to out her. I don't.
Oh, okay, I
she's
got you.
very-
Again,
Somebody
he's
might
trying-
be
he's trying to
private.
make
Okay,
sure it doesn't
understood.
get booked.
What I'll say is this: I was looking at their gear, bro. They had they had Fairchild, like they had crazy stuff, dog. That I was like, wow. The patches were all clean. Like, I don't know who owns it. Shout out to the
I'll
owner.
tell you right
I forgot the young man that was taking us around. I know he's done a lot of stuff with D'Angelo and a bunch of other people. I forgot his name, but man, he gave us such an awesome tour, and he also put me on to. Because I was looking in the studio and I was like, yo, what's this material? And he was telling us it's this acoustic felt. It's called PET. I'm not sure, and I could be saying
And
it
this
wrong.
is not the tree bark.
His name is Ben Kane.
Ben Kane.
Shout out to Ben Kane. He's the owner of Electric Garden.
He's the owner?
Yes, he is.
And he took me around
Oh,
like...
that was the tour. He gave you the tour.
Yes, he was like, yo, I'll take you around.
Oh, man.
Wow. He was really dope. And I was so like enthralled into everything he was doing.
Yeah.
So he
and
put
to Ben, I'm sorry. I was kidding about not promoting. Of course, I love Electric Garden. I want the world to know about it. But if it gets too booked,
I know, I understand.
Because I went to go book it, and I found out an artist that I love had it booked for like 3 weeks or some shit. And I was like,
Really?
fuck yeah.
Wow. Well, it's that kind of studio where you could just book it out and call it a day.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Shout out Camper. Every time I'm in New York, me and Camper end up there.
What I wanted to bring up, and then I want to talk about other studios that we like. He was putting me onto this acoustic material. I don't know if it's called it's a felt PET material. I think it's a felt where it's bendable and movable, right? And it's thick. So all his corners, you know how you try to buy like a huge bass trap and stuff like that? He just took a bunch of those pieces and basically his acoustician, whoever it was,
the
shout out
felt
to them,
pieces.
put the felt pieces, and literally none of the rooms have the corners because they're using that fabric. I was like, oh,
Instead of a bass trap.
Yes, instead of an
beautiful.
expense. So I don't know how much the material is, but I am gonna look into it to literally murder my corners and stuff like that.
Interesting.
It was dope, like how they set it up. Like
On
it
top
was
of the
nice.
fact that it's just a beautiful
Beautiful.
vibe. Like it just feels right. It's one of the best live rooms I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Shout out to Electric Garden. Speaking of bass traps, Courtney, do we have a game to play today?
I think we do.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Stop. And I left that moment just in case we cut it. To what he's saying, is this the episode, or are we doing
Yes,
that
it
next
is, it is.
episode?
yeah. No. Let's do it
For sure.
So
Well,
let me just bring it
Yo,
up.
bring it in.
you gotta edit.
Bring it in.
No,
Nah,
no,
for
I
sure.
don't.
That's
When
fine.
you say it-
it's okay. I'll be here with you.
It's okay.
Anyways, bring it in.
Yeah, thank you. So today, and shout out to them. We are sponsored by UJam.
Whoa.
And UJam let us try out a plugin that they have, and I'd like you to lead the way
Subcraft. Go ahead, cuz.
because you and I were going back and forth about it for a little bit, just like testing it out and stuff like that. But you really, I ain't gonna lie, you fell into it. That's the first time.
I fell in love with it. This, I'm not gonna lie, is replacing, well, and not that I ever used it. Wow, that's no shade. Sublab, this is replacing, what other sub stuff did we really use?
I was a big
Bass synth.
bass synth.
synth.
I've never
Bass
used bass
synth.
synth.
You
I've never
use
used bass.
bass synth.
amazing.
I know LJ loves to use the Mini Monster. I'm not saying this is a good replacement for it. I need to find other VSTs that offer those types of basses. But in terms of one shots, in terms of sublab, stuff like that, Subcraft by UJam is, in my opinion, right now, the in the moment one-stop shop for your sub bass needs. It is a VST plugin that is chock full of 808s, basses, kick sounds, anything sub-oriented that you may or may not need. But I just wanted to get into it, and you know, as LJ said, I have a one gotta go. But before that, what are y'all thoughts on this plugin?
Can I say this? Can you do can we do which one I can't go without? Because
That's fine.
Because I'll
That's
be
my
honest
plan.
with you, when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, because there's obviously a bass function where I could just like kind of create bass stuff, but there's also the side where I can just do like more kick stuff.
That's true.
So in the back of mine, I was like, let's do one like which one I can't go without.
Okay.
Because I think that'll let you know which one I like kind of gravitated to and probably how I would use it. But I
Now-
do want to say,
Go ahead,
obviously,
finish.
you know, UGM is sponsoring the episode. Obviously, we wouldn't like use anything or bring to you anything that we don't like genuinely or bang with
Or believe in.
or believe in. A lot of people send us stuff all the time, and we say no, thank you, we'll pass. But we really did take a like it, especially this guy. I'm not gonna lie, like you really did like dive into it and you put me onto some stuff. But anyway, enough of that. Let's just do. Can we do a one that we couldn't live without? But can you give us 3 of them and explain the 3, and then we'll go from there.
So and super nerd
He's
stuff.
such a freaking-
got
like,
it.
he's such
Got
a-
it. Got it pulled up right here. I wish we had an HDMI display for this, but to be honest with you, I'm no LJ, but I think I'm gonna go with the easiest route, and I'm gonna ask. Which ones can we live without between the top 3 modules being
without.
the kick module, the bass module, and the effects module? I'll let y'all go first.
Between the kick, bass, and effect. Ooh, I could go without the kick. Let me say why. Let me say why I can go out the kick, because I am so particular about my kick sounds, and I have a plethora of kick sounds that I'm very like particular about.
Yeah.
So I think the way I would use it is most likely taking like the 808 sounds and layering stuff as far as 808 sounds under a kick. But I'm very particular about my kick sounds. Now let me say this about it though. What I noticed, sometimes you can layer a kick sound with the 808 in the plugin, and then I can change the attack a bit to make it feel like a very attacky 808.
Absolutely.
So for me, I would use it as just like an 808 kind of designer, like just designing bass. That's how.
Interesting.
So I'm cool. I can go without the kick. That's my
LJ?
opinion.
I agree with him. I'm very, very like tuned into what my kicks are. I have a lot of trauma with this guy and my kicks from back in the day.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So
We know.
I have my kick formula, and I don't usually like combining my kicks and my 808s too much. I like my kick pattern to kind of maybe offset my bass and vice versa. So yeah, the kick gotta go.
You know, I've always felt bad about that. Excuse me, not always. There's be times where I'll feel bad about it when I do my own stuff, where I'll be like, my kick. There's moments I'm like you. I like that the bass to be its own line and has its own melody, and not be like has to hit every time the kick hits. Like
Type thing.
I felt bad doing that, but I gravitate to that. Like I don't feel right with it. Boom, 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 boom. Sometimes boom, 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 boom,
With the
boom,
kick
boom,
playing
boom.
off sync.
I like it in between. Like I don't know. Like I've
Yeah,
always
I'm about
liked
to
it.
say I do like my 808s also hitting off sync with my kick as well
From time to
sometimes.
time, yeah.
But for me personally, I think I'm gonna have to be the guy to stir up some controversy here, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna go without the bass module.
What? Okay, to me that's like the whole point. But go ahead.
I hear you. And
Why?
so for context, the bass module, the kick module is, you know, you get your selection of different kicks that you can up the outputs of volume wise for. You get the bass module where it's essentially a collection of different, I guess, artifacts or styles of bass that you can select and stuff like that.
Saturated.
And then on the far right side, you have your effects, which go from anywhere from lo-fi, I forgot what it's called, but a lo-fi esque effect
So which
to
one
hi-fi enhancers.
Which one?
I'm just giving them context for the thing, but I would take out the bass module for me only because I feel like I could design the character, which is what the bass module focus on, of my bass via third-party plugins outside of Subcraft, as well as for me personally as the 2010s and post trap guy. I do like those moments where, yes, you will have those moments in certain songs where the kick is not hitting with the 808. Sometimes it might be a breakdown or leading into a hook, or it's just the 808 building up that, you know, kind of bridge section. And I like the 808 to still kind of hit, but it's not a kick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know?
You know what's funny?
For example, which great example, because we always reference this record.
What? I knew what you're gonna bring up.
Going Bad does not have a kick. That is the 808's initial transient hitting that hard.
Shout out Jason Joshua.
And sometimes I like that feeling where I could take the kick out and be like, the transient isn't kicking, quote unquote, no pun intended, but it's still there. The impact is still there versus just having I prefer like a boom.
I like
Even
the
when I
breathe
take
a
the
certain
kick
way.
out.
Without the bass module is kind of insane.
I know
Yeah,
it is.
that's
It is
a
kind of
wild
wild.
one.
I
No
hear
kidding.
you.
Bass plugin.
That's crazy.
On a bass plug-in, facts.
So wild, boy. To each his own.
Speaking of new stuff,
Okay.
Oh no, say what
I
you
was liking the bass. No, I like the bass stuff. I feel like we never talk about bass.
Yeah, but I have some things
Ever.
I want to talk. I do want to touch, especially this week.
Can I get this? Can I get? All right, let me just bring this to you, and then you just remember that because we're on the topic. As far as bass is concerned, right? Are you a fan of how some songs modern day don't even have a kick these days? Like it's just straight 808 or just straight bass line. Like have you?
I don't work like that, but I mean it works, man.
I
It should be
can't.
sounding good.
I'm not gonna lie. I cannot. Like I really enjoy the sound of a kick, and it's hard for me to like put no kick. Even if it's like, okay, this is an 808, more 808 forward kind of sound. Like I can't go without my kick. Like I just love the sound of a kick.
I feel you. I think it's a trend to not. I ain't gonna lie. Producers trying to make it a trend to not have anything at this point. Like remember hi-hats being dead. Well, not dead, but some guy was trying to say, "Oh, 2024, no hi-hats."
I remember
what
when
they
you
put
brought
in?
that up. I about to say, I remember when
Nothing.
you brought that up. Yeah.
Ew.
But to be fair,
I guess.
to be
No,
fair,
ew.
Okay.
to be
All right,
fair,
ew.
to be fair, we existed in that.
What song
No.
has no? We didn't.
Songs have no hi-hats, but there was never an era where hi-hats weren't cool.
Yeah, that's cap. Yeah.
Not that where it wasn't cool, but there was an era where a lot of hit songs did not have hi-hats. A lot of hit
Can I
songs,
tell
not
you the
everyone.
one producer that not got away with not using hi-hats, but just was the hi-hatless guy?
Strayed.
Lil Jon. That's all.
Yeah.
Snap your finger.
Oh my gosh, he did not put
Yeah.
any hi-hats in his stuff.
I gotta listen
also
back. He
too-
might have had like a B section, but the main.
also too, yeah.
Yeah, didn't have a hi-hat, right?
Dun 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 dun.
Nah.
No, it
Whoa.
didn't. It didn't. And you know what I was gonna say. The West Coast.
Turn off the light,
This is a little Courtney cut for y'all. The West Coast joint me and Kayvon have on Limitless, the Splash Brothers track that has no hi hats. And you know what was the reference track I used to produce that off of? Loyal. And I was mad surprised. I went back to Loyal and I was like, "There's no hi hats on
Yeah,
this
but
record."
Mustard was a hi-hat god.
He is a hi hat guy, but there's no hi hats
There's
on
no
that
hi-hats
record.
on that record?
No,
I have it.
not on Loyal.
Yo, okay.
And if it
so-
is, if there is, it's a very sparse relationship to where you don't tell.
So let me say
You can't
this,
tell.
because production wise, right? I have so many like loops that I've created from a percussion
Yeah.
standpoint that are just always ready and fired up in my
To
sessions.
go.
Sometimes I don't use hi-hat, but what I need for my production personally is some form of a rhythm and swing that helps give me like
that's not low end.
it doesn't have to. It can be
high
it doesn't
end
have
or
to
low
be,
end?
It doesn't have to be high end.
Yeah.
Is basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
I just need something like whether I have something that's like. I just
'Cause
need
mine-
swing. Like I need swing.
Because
like, for
mine
me, I
without,
can't.
if I'm not using a hi hat, most times, and if this is just if I still need a hi hat esque type of thing, if I'm not using a hi hat, I immediately go for a shaker.
Yeah, I go something like a shake, something more mid rangey, something that has a little bit of a rhythm. I'm a big fan
Type
of that.
thing. Yes.
I can't. It's hard for
Yeah.
me to not have that. Once in a blue, I'll be honest with you, I'll catch that feeling and be like, oh, this works. You know, the other day I was listening to one of my records and I was showing my wife. She was like, I was like, I think I just got off the phone with you and we was talking about 3/4 time signatures and I was listening to my song Jump and I was like, oh shit, this is a 6/8. I didn't even realize it, but it's 6/8. The way it's being played is 6/8. And I was explaining to her like the feeling of like what 3/4 feels like. I played a bunch of 3/4 songs. I was like, you feel how this feels like more lullaby-y and something about the rhythm. It's a different setup as far as the sonic.
It's very calm.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I don't think there's a difference between 3/4 and 6/8.
No, there is no. I'm talking about 4/4. I'm talking about the difference between 3/4 and
3/4. Oh, because you said 6/8.
No.
I thought you were trying to compare it to her 3/4.
No, I was not
6/8,
comparing 3/4 to 6/8. What I said was 6/8, but then I just jumped and said, yeah, 3/4 times 6,
3/4.
same thing. But
Yeah.
I'm saying 4/4 is sound the feeling of 4/4 versus 3/4. I was explaining that to her.
And
There
I
is
want
a
to tell
very
y'all,
yeah.
anybody that goes
Thank you
in
for
the-
correcting that, because somebody, just in case somebody just caught
and
that.
anybody that goes in the comments to say that 6/8 and 3/4 aren't the same thing, go back to school and do your fractions.
They are the same thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Straight up.
2 divided by 6 is 3, and 2 divided by 8 is 4, cuz
8 divided by 2.
8 divided by 2 is 4.
We had to get you on that one. Sorry.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Anyway.
Or 12, 24. Shit.
All right. Now, facts.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yo,
9, 10, 11.
you ever heard?
Wait a second.
What?
That's hard.
It's the
Nah,
same.
I'm not gonna lie. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yo, Courtney Hive be yo.
Wait, hold on a second.
And
Hold
y'all
on.
worship him.
Wait. Let me think about this. No, it's not the same.
What? 12 what?
Wait.
12 what?
Oh my
12,
God,
24.
It is the same.
Bro,
Yes.
do math.
Because
Just do
12,
math.
12, 12, 24.
3 divided by, just
No,
divide 3
but
to
that's
that.
so crazy. I just cracked, for me, I just cracked the code. Because 12, 24.
The code got
No, because
cracked.
12, 24, wait, because 12, 24, and it's one half, that's one half. But then I think about 4, 4, and I'm like, but 4, 4 is one half. But it's just you multiply.
4, 4 is one whole.
We're never gonna
It's
make
one
it.
whole, but a half is still, like, whatever. Never mind.
Yo,
Math.
leave this. All right.
Have
Yo,
you-
hold
can
on.
we-
Stop. And I'm gonna let you go to your top, but I gotta get this off. Please, can I get this off? Bro, remember that kid in the comment section that said these 3 guys, because a lot of people got mad about our console versus MP3 versus vocal booth take. A lot of people got
Really?
mad. Shout out to the legends though that said facts. Literally.
Yeah, literally, it's fun. The funny thing about that is,
What do you mean?
My manager brought it up, and the top. I'm like, word. Let me look at the comments.
Top
The top
three.
like 15 comments are just like
Young
Legend,
Guru, Leslie
TZ,
Brathwaite.
and they're all talking, and then it's just hate from there.
Hate.
But people didn't like that take. They said MP3s aren't dead. They
Yeah.
said whatever. I was like, yeah.
He said you think large studios, studio console is dead. He said y'all don't know nothing about music. He was like, you could tell none of them have ever been.
These 3 kids have never been in a real studio and don't have any stats to their name. And Devvon commented like, damn, we really not gonna make it. And then he tagged me. He was like, yo, you think we'll ever make it? I was like, man, we need to start using MP3s again.
I just thought about it.
I said, let's vow to never use anything but MP3s ever again.
Wait,
But he
I thought
commented
about it.
back.
Oh, what he said?
He was like, nah, y'all just need to work hard. He thinks we're serious.
Hold on a second. Hold on a
I ain't
second.
gonna lie.
hold on a
No,
second.
we just need to work hard.
Because we all said we all
haven't made it, bro.
Unless I'm remembering
We
it
haven't
wrong.
made it yet.
Unless I'm remembering
I'm
it
not
wrong.
gonna block him.
Unless
No,
I'm,
bro, wait, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We haven't made it yet. We aren't shit yet. We just talk like, you know what they say, if you can't do, teach.
Hey.
Speak.
Hey.
Anyways,
Hey.
so we
Think
all
about it. We spend our weeks making podcasts.
I know.
How about we use this time to make music?
Oh my gosh. Bro, I'm
Okay.
done. You're right.
Anyways,
This is it.
Anyways,
I ain't gonna lie, this has been the final episode of the
This
My
is
Audio
it.
Nerds
We're
coming
done.
back.
Let's
Coming
just
back to
actually
it.
start making music.
We all. So wait, hold
How
on.
can we do that, bro?
Hold on.
I don't know, bro.
So we all, because unless I'm remembering it wrong, we all universally said like MP3s is dead. What was they getting mad about? They was getting mad that we killed consoles, or that
No,
we
they
didn't talk
said
about
that.
consoles.
So first of all, there was people saying that MP3. This is great because this verse
Yeah,
is great.
I gotta know.
Some people were saying that MP3s aren't dead. They said all my clients asked for MP3s. I said that's tough. Then
Annoying.
there was people saying studio consoles aren't dead. There was like all the greatest studios on earth right now
we
have
didn't
used
say
the
studio
console. But I
consoles are
said,
dead.
hey man, you know how many people are actually have access to the greatest studios on earth? I said, cool. I get your sentiment, but I think you also are speaking from a position of like privilege in the sense of like, hey man, a lot of people aren't using studio consoles, right? Because they don't have access to it.
Yo, I want to FaceTime Guru right now and say, when's the last time you've bounced an MP3?
He might surprise you. Guru always surprises me.
That's
you're right.
true.
But-
That
Guru
is
be
true.
knowing. But
I
I say that to say, as far as that conversation, I actually enjoyed that conversation because it really did like not saying stir things up, and I'm not here for a bunch of divisive behavior, but I like the debate about it,
Yeah.
where a lot of people did agree with the vocal booth getting killed,
was dead.
as far as over
Yeah.
time.
I think that was our objective.
It was the vocal
I
booth
think the
getting
vocal
killed.
booth's the most alive out of them 3.
I do too, because
I know y'all want to swear MP3s are alive. I'm not saying they're dead, but there's no like if Avid had a chart to show MP3 bounce usage over the years, it'd be going down. Because without MP3, like this,
I'm willing to believe that there are less people using it because I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
Y'all
I don't
out
think there's
here
any people using it.
specifically bouncing 320 kilobits.
Yeah, kilobits.
Yeah, disgusting. Y'all need to go to therapy.
Because all I'm saying is, I'll say this. In my circle, as far as of friends and people, we haven't been bouncing MP3.
You haven't done anything in music, so of course you
I
never
haven't done anything in music.
You're
You're right.
But speaking
You're
of
right.
music and things to
Wow.
make music, AES was this week. And there were a lot of new drops. Like, I didn't expect this many new drops this late in the year, especially with NAMM a couple weeks out. So we got the new UAD.
There was a lot of new drops.
We got the new UAD interface.
Wait, we got a lot of new UAD though. They dropped that top liner. UAD top liner.
Yeah,
Ken
I
Lewis
heard.
did it at
You
Mixing
told me.
Night. Shout out Ken Lewis. Shout out Ken Lewis.
Amazing. It
Bro,
looks
I'm
good.
not gonna lie. He did. I was like, that was pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of the all-in-one thing. I'm
I'm
cool.
not an all-in-one guy, but I'm not gonna lie. If you give me an all-in-one with the 3A, with all the legendary stuff in it, I might consider it.
I'll be honest
I
with
just
you.
want to like do a quick skim of everything new because we haven't tested all of it or
True.
any of it actually. I've tested the SSL Mark II
interface.
Yeah, I was at This is gonna sound crazy because the studio I was at, but I promise you it wasn't nasty. I was at Hit Factory, and I asked them for an interface. No, because it's like one of the biggest studios in the city, and for me to be using an SSL2 sounds crazy.
Wait, yeah,
But
something's up.
I was I wasn't tracking anything through the board or
Hater.
anything. I was using my laptop. I just need some on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they brought me the SSL2. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I tracked bass in, and it wasn't as bad as the SSL Mark 1. Like the
Question.
SSL Mark 1
Oh,
had
so the
terrible-
Question.
two. Oh, so you like the sound of the two? Like so far, you was like, oh, that's not bad. The
Yeah,
two
it was
wasn't
cool.
bad.
I
Got
wasn't
you.
Real
like
quick.
doing critical listen. I was just
Okay.
creating. So.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Question.
'Cause y'all know me in that one.
SSL and Mark II. Yes, this is me.
Have you
looking
seen it?
stuff. I saw it on one of our other episodes.
It looks
But-
fire. It looks dope.
Okay, so
it's
it
like
is
rugged.
So it is still there. Did you record into it with the 4K button engaged?
I'd never recorded into.
He doesn't like that
SSL
4K
with the
button.
4K button.
Yeah, you didn't like the sound of the 4K.
hate the 4K.
Did it sound like
I love-
muddy as soon as you
I
press it?
just didn't care for it. You know what I mean? It was like I clicked
know
it
what
one
it sounds
time. I was
like?
like, no.
Fun,
Unclick.
fun fact, from a less audio nerd than us.
Okay.
The other day, K Vaughn helped me out with a session. He was just listening in and just giving me, lyrical direction and stuff like that. And he was like, "Ew, this is the sound of the SSL again." And I was like, "What do you mean?" I literally stopped.
very
and I said,
interesting, right.
I stopped and I said, "What do you mean? What do you hear?"
Right.
And he was like, "I don't know. It just sounds very robotic." To be fair, my auto tune settings were not on low latency, but I was like, very interesting that that's what you picked up from this.
They sound robotic.
For me personally, and I heard it was a joint that you got on the fake 1073s on a previous episode, that the high end on them sound not fake. Wow, that sounded crazy. Just better, good quality 1073 emulations, that they sound very breaky in the high end.
Yeah.
That's sort of what I was getting. I was like, I don't like how the high end quality sounds on this, but to be fair, literally everything else, I was like,
was fine.
perfect.
So I'll be honest. The way make or break for an interface or preamps
Is normally
with preamps
Normally.
that high end is be tricky.
normally.
I feel like that high end be tricky for interfaces to figure out because I'll notice, like, for instance, Tizio, when I was at the what was the event called with David Youngin and Tizio? And,
Yes.
what was that
Ooh,
event?
You just talked about
Song
it.
Lab.
Song Lab.
Tizio had went on a little rant about, like I told you, about the UAD interfaces and about how he knows or feels like when he gets a UAD recording. He was like, for some reason, something in the high end, he said just something in the high end he just doesn't enjoy.
From the Apollo,
From the he was like something in there.
or from their interface.
From
My
their
fault.
interface
Yes, I'm
in
sorry.
general. And I'll be honest with you, that was one thing that I've always been funny with. What changed my mindset about it made me go, yo, pay attention to the high end with a new interface, RME. Let me say this. So you know the Raw Sound Volume 2? Favorite album. Second favorite now. That album, that was the first time I said, yo, I'm going to throw because I had no outboard gear. I was like, I'm going to throw my mixes out of the conversion and bring it in, like a pass through. So I was like, I want to hear what the converters, I want to see if any sound invokes from the converters. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was using like the Fireface 400. I think that's a small one, the rack. Bro, I'm to this day, like I say, to this day, when I listen to that album, I'm always like, this high end is mad strange. Where I don't even, not saying I can't emulate it today, but I'll be like, bro, that converter has had a sound to it, bro. Like straight up, has like a strange high end that I really liked, and that was it. So I'm funny when it comes to new interfaces or new preamps. High end tells me a lot about that interface for sure, and clarity in the mid range. That was my problem with the Apollo interfaces for me with UAD stuff. It was just the clarity in the mid range just felt like, it feels a little dark, like something about it felt covered, and stuff like that, and that was it.
Okay, I'm looking through. Sony dropped some new headphones.
Okay.
The MDR M1 reference closed monitor headphones. So
Wow,
shout
the
out to them.
MDR.
I'm not gonna lie, they're losing the race badly. This feels like DVD versus Blu-ray again.
What race?
what you call it?
Dolby?
Yeah, against Dolby. Like the Sony 360 audio versus the Dolby Atmos. They're losing bad, but both of them I think suck.
Sony 16?
Not suck. Sony 360 reality audio.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. I've never heard of
No,
this,
they
bro.
showed us at NAMM. It's basically their Dolby Atmos in a sense.
It's their version of Dolby?
Yeah, it's their. I'm sorry, it's their immersive audio experience, and I think it's just cool. Yeah. Who else dropped? I'm sorry. Shure got a new condenser mic. Cool. It's a home studio mic. I haven't tried it out, but what excited me a bit, it feels gimmicky a tad.
How so?
Being honest. Roly, you know, the company that makes the MPE stuff.
Yeah.
They have a new product where it pairs with their MPE stuff, where it's 3D like playing, if that makes sense. So it's a camera that tracks your hands, and when you lift it, it adds parameters and shit.
Oh.
I tried it. It was
Weird?
whack. It was just buggy, whack.
Okay,
Me and
it was
Mitch
weird.
was there, and it was just like,
Right. Shout out
but
Mitch.
it's very innovative,
Right.
very intuitive, and it looks like it could be an issue, man.
Issue?
An issue, yeah.
What do you mean
Like
issue?
it could be a problem, like in a good way. I'm speaking. In
That's
slang.
what I was like. What do you mean?
An issue, like it could be dope.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of that type of stuff.
Okay.
That's just me, but I'm sure that it's just a cool audio thing,
Right.
You know
Type
what I mean?
thing.
It's not something I need.
It doesn't
for
feel
the studio.
practical
Yeah,
to
right.
you yet. Like it doesn't
And
feel.
not even practical. I don't see me like I gotta set up
Jumping.
my camera and just. You know what I mean?
I understand. No,
but
I totally
it's cool though. It was dope to experience. But yeah, shout out to all the new companies at AES. I think it's the last year at New York.
Yeah.
They're going to Long Beach next year apparently.
California?
Wow.
Yeah, because if you haven't been outside for the last 2 AES,
Yeah, so you don't know.
I don't know if you would care.
Love
No,
you.
I'm playing.
But
No,
yeah.
but that's just interesting because it's like, damn, that's
It's not.
the East
If-
Coast.
I mean, I'm
NAMM.
not gonna lie. I'm not trying to dig
No,
at
go
you
ahead.
either.
Do you think?
It's gonna sound real diggy? If you were there, you would know why.
yeah, man. And to be very clear, because obviously I'm here to support all these events for engineers like AES, NAMM. I'm here to support. It just for me, just to be honest, it just people. Honestly, it was everybody. Everybody was saying the same thing. It was just like
It's not exciting. There's no excitement in the room for it.
everybody was
There
like,
needs to be a new experience. And y'all have had
Something-
the same formula for the last 12 years, and I don't think. And this is not I'm not gonna even say anyone.
It's not. It's not.
I don't
no.
think my favorite producers doing a panel is enough to get me out the house.
Yeah.
To New York of all places.
Yeah. These days, I hear you.
Long Beach might work. Shout out to them. I think
Yeah.
it's weird to do it in the same state
As
As NAMM.
as NAMM 2 months before NAMM, but who knows, man. I would
yeah.
love if they went to
what you mean.
Texas.
yes,
Oh, or Tennessee.
I love Texas
Yeah.
or Nashville. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nashville.
That'd be dope.
That's why I was kind of making that face because I was just
Miami.
like the
I'm there.
because that's why I was making that face because the West Coast relocation. I'm just like,
Well, I think they were in. If I'm not mistaken,
That's
people
where they
kept
started?
saying they're going back to Cali.
back.
Yes.
So it seems like they
Oh.
were in Cali.
Yes,
So
prior.
that's
that's how
where
I
it
heard
started.
that too. And I was like, oh, did it
Okay.
start there? Can I be honest though?
It's still
can I say
strange.
what really
Still
sucks
strange.
though, man? Can I just be genuinely tell you?
I know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
It sucks that it might not be in New York.
In New York anymore.
music is
Hey,
just
man.
so hard here, man.
Get them out the way. It's the Audio Nerds Expo 2025. See y'all soon. And this has
Wow.
been
Definitely
my
not
Audio Nerds-
2025. Let me tell
Who
you,
know? You never.
that would take me
Hey,
so
hey,
much work to plan.
Shout out to God. Shout out to the
Absolutely.
companies that
God
support
is,
us.
God is
Absolutely.
amazing.
Shout out to
I'm not
the
trying
companies.
to. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to battle. I'm not saying I'm
Oh,
we
no,
trying
no,
to
no.
battle.
We're not
No.
trying
I
to
just
do
wanna
anything. We're
add
trying
to the-
But I am saying that hey, a live experience may be coming to you. Shout out to the companies that support us.
Right, we're
Shout
talking
out to
separate from
y'all
that.
who support us.
Yes.
And this has been my Audio Nerds podcast, the podcast for audio nerds like yourself. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your name down below with a nice comment so you can get your chance at winning the HMD Rosetta compressor or EQ. And please become a member because you never know, you might fund something special coming to a city near you or near us because we're in New York.
Very true. We do have something very special, but I also
Exactly.
want to be very clear to AES and NAMM. I'm speaking for myself. I would be it would be my pleasure. I would be honored to be able to work with y'all in some capacity. I would have so much fun doing that, and I just want to put that out there as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not here saying I'm trying to overtake.
So,
I would
yeah.
love to add to what you already have created because it's not easy.
At the end of the day,
At
bro,
all is not easy.
At
And
the
what
end-
you're
straight
doing
up.
is beautiful.
It's dope. Thank you very
At
much
the same
for it.
time, New York has a void and it could be filled.
True.
Instead of being sad about it, we have, thankfully, the hopefully power, but also the access and tools to maybe do something.
Yeah.
And we've seen stuff get done at a smaller level, other places, and we have different ideas and we can make
Yeah.
something work. So
Yeah.
shout out to the people that support us. What was you about to say, Courtney?
I was gonna
Before
say
they kill
like
me in the
literally
comments.
same thing that you said. There is a void in New York, you know,
Yeah.
and between
Tight.
you know different hip hop artists and just artists in general. Just this year, I've been seeing a lot post the 50th of hip hop. Shout out hip hop. New York is a mecca for like a lot of music between hip hop,
Culture.
a lot culture, genres, like
Yeah.
everything. So AAS leaving, yes, I've never been. That is a big thing, and it's gonna be sad to no longer have a big music-esque tech festival
In New York.
on the East Coast side.
does
So, you
suck.
know, whether we may or may not be filling that gap or someone else comes along and fill that gap, it would be dope to see because again, there is NAMM and you know, the East Coast would love something
Hey,
too.
man.
Y'all giving up our secrets, by the way.
Hey man,
but-
I'm not giving up
Okay.
nothing.
I'm not
All
giving
I'm
up.
saying
I'm not
is,
saying
hey,
that.
we we are able to bring something that AES couldn't to New York, and I'm excited. And I will leave it there. Thank y'all for supporting us. We'll see you next week. Peace, and remember, clean your room, please.